What's up guys, Jimmy coming to you guys with another video. Before we start the video, as always, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And when you guys subscribe, please make sure you guys are hitting that notification button. So as you guys can see, in a completely different background setting, shout out to my boy Perry. He was watching my video and saying, hey, maybe you should try to shoot in the corner. So trying this out, feel like it does give a little bit more depth. So shout out to you for watching this, bro. But as you guys can see by the title, this is something a little bit different. It's not a sneaker review. It's not an on foot. It's nothing like that. Basically, I'm showing you guys all my most recent Facebook Marketplace finds just to show you guys the crazy deals you can get on there. In my opinion, the best deals that you're gonna find are definitely on Facebook Marketplace. And I also feel like OfferUp is a pretty good option as well. In my opinion, OfferUp can give you some pretty good deals, but I feel like there's a ton of fake shoes on OfferUp, and the buyers and sellers on there can be a little bit sketchy. So that's something to be kind of wary about. In my opinion, Facebook Marketplace is the place to go. And it's not like you can't find deals at resale shops, but in my opinion, they have to cover rent, pay their employees, so you might not be able to find your best deals on there, but there are definitely deals that come around. So on Facebook Marketplace, you can get a ton of things from car parts to furniture to shoes, hats, clothes. You really can get it all. So that's one thing to consider. And I will say, once you get on Facebook Marketplace, I swear it becomes an addiction. Just finding those deals, constantly logging on every day, even though you're seeing the same thing over and over, you just want to keep on looking to try to find those deals. So in this video, I'm gonna specifically show you guys pickups that I got over the past couple months. I'm gonna show you guys my least favorite to my most favorite. So starting off, I have a pair of Air Max 97s. So crazy thing on these is, shout out to my boy Jimmy as well. He showed me these and I was like, man, those are actually pretty nice. He checked on StockX and GOAT and stuff like that. The prices for these for some reason is pretty skyrocket high. Like I'll show you guys like a little screenshot, either in the left or right side, but price for these is like about 200 plus and up. Exactly why, I have no idea, but for some reason they're going up. The thing with these GR Air Max releases is, that you can't always expect to see them on Marketplace and things like that. They're kind of rare, just because not everyone is picking them up to sell. This is more so someone bought as a personal, either didn't wear it, wore the crap out of it, and now they're wanting to get rid of it. And getting right into the Air Maxes, they came with the OG box and everything. Box was in pretty good condition. And you guys can see, these are damn near dead stock. Like I would say 9 out of 10 condition. And I'll show the Facebook Marketplace maybe like listing or whatever. I got these for 60 bucks or so. I think the lady had originally wanted 100 or something for them, but I sent her an offer of 60 and she ended up taking it. So I'll say for 60 bucks, you guys can look at the Air Max, really good condition. I would say this was a pretty good find. And with the next shoe, this is a shoe I've been wanting for quite a while. I got them when they came out in 2012 or so, when they came out with the Jumpman on the back. They re-released with the Nike on the back, and I never picked them up, and price for them just went up and up and up, especially with that Jordan doc, just OG Jordans going a little bit higher in prices. These were, I'm not gonna lie, are a little bit more beat. The guy initially wanted 120 for them, and I was able to talk him down to 90. I think I offered like 80 bucks at first, but that was just a little bit too low for him, so we agreed on 90 bucks. 10 bucks more is not too bad, especially if it is for a pair of shoes that you want. These are the Air Jordan 4 white cements. These are a size 8.5, so exactly my size. He had the retail tag and everything. Got him. If you let him go for a steal, if he knew what he had, I really don't know. They didn't come with the hang tag or tissue paper though, so that is a minus. For 90 bucks, I'm not gonna complain. Again, I'll put the StockX price tag somewhere here. These are going for, crazy enough, like I think 400 and up or so. Not 400, maybe like 350 and up. I don't know why the price of these shot up so much, but they shot up like crazy. I thought I would never get a pair, but managed to get a pair for pretty cheap. And let me know what you guys think. As you guys can see, the condition is kind of the bottoms are definitely pretty worn out. All the stars aren't there, and there's heel drag at the bottom. But for a beat pair of white cements for 90 bucks, like they're not that bad. Like, yeah, there's yellowing on the mesh, but for some everyday shoes, I've been wanting these for quite some time and have no plans on getting rid of these. I made sure to get them legit checked, so they are 100% authentic, because that is one thing, right? Like I said, people can try to finesse you on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. You just got to be a little bit careful about what you're buying and do your due diligence to make sure that your shoes are legit. So the next deal that I'm going to show you guys is something that I was not expecting to pick up. I was browsing Facebook Marketplace, of course, and then this popped up out of nowhere on my featured item, but I saw the deal. It was 10 hats for $30, so it was like $3 hat. So you guys can see that's pretty cheap. This was one of the hats in the listing, so they were all vintage snapbacks, vintage fitted, and the guy that was selling them, he was a retired high school baseball coach, so he had all these baseball hats just lying around his house. He never wore them, and they're basically in mint condition. Shout out to Doug for all these hats. I'll show you guys all the hats one by one, but you have a Blue Jay snapback, New Era with a gray underbrim. And it's crazy because if you check, you know, typically when you buy used hats, you know, buy hats from someone else, if you check the lining, you know, that's typically how you can see how used the hats are. But I don't know if you guys can really see, but these are like sparkling white. You know, he had mentioned that he had just hung them up in this little room where he had all his baseball memorabilia. So that's really dope, and I'm glad I was able to pick these up from him. And then the next one is the Chicago Cubs snapback. This is probably my least favorite. I don't know, it just looks kind of like a normal snapback, nothing too crazy on this, but these are all definitely from the same era. They all have the same tag. They have that New Era tag, and you know, I'm not too knowledgeable about the release on New Era snapbacks or anything like that, and I was trying to find a date, but I'm guessing these are probably from mid to late 2000s if I had to take a guess. The next one is probably my favorite. So the one I'm wearing is probably my favorite, and then my second favorite is probably this Detroit hat right here. I love the old script D. You know, it just looks really nice. You know, shout out to Big Sean. You know, Fear God basically has their F in this style of a hat, and with the gray underbrim, I mean, that's just super fire. And then you have your Florida Marlins hat. You know, he honestly might have worn them once or twice, I'm not too sure, but I'm not super picky when it comes to vintage clothes. You know, like clearly you're buying something used for a fraction at a price, so you got to take what you can get. And like I said, there was 10 hats in total, so you know, here are the other 5. I'll go through these 2 first. This is just a Washington Nationals regular old dad cap, so nothing too crazy on this. And same thing with this Kansas City Chief, nothing too crazy, not a New Era or anything. It's an outdoor cap, so definitely a newer hat, and it feels like it as well. The 3 craziest hats that I think that he gave in the deal are these 3 fitteds, all from the 90s, I believe. They're New Era wool fitteds. I mean, you guys can see, like, this one has definitely been pretty worn, pretty dirty right there, but this is a Montreal Expo. You know, they're not even a team anymore. They still make the hats for this team, but you know, if you guys look at the tag right there, super vintage, super worn. And I can't even fit this. This is a size 7 1/8, and I believe I'm a 7 5/8 fitted, but super nice, gray underbrim. Definitely the most worn hat out of the bunch, just based off of this lining right here. But nonetheless, it's pretty clean. You know, like I'm pretty sure it didn't smoke because none of the hats had a smell on them. The next one is this LA Dodgers hat. This one is probably the best out of the bunch just because it has a green underbrim. Just in regards of like, if I were to try to sell it, I'm pretty sure this would be the most desirable. But it's a blue LA Dodgers cap with a white button up top. I mean, as you guys can see, the condition on this is not bad. I mean, just look at that shape. That shape is insane. I wish I could really fit these. Honestly, if I could, I would keep them all. But this is a size 7, so it's way smaller than the Montreal Expos. But you guys can see that is the tag that is on this LA Dodgers cap. And the last hat that I have from this pickup is this Chicago's White Sox cap. This is definitely a newer hat just based off of the tag. You guys can see this matches the snapbacks, and unlike the other 2, but this one also has a pretty nice shape. I can kind of fit this one. Again, I mean, if it was probably 7.5, I could probably fit it a little bit more, but looking at that shape, super clean on the back. I mean, just checked out the details on this, and like I said, all this for 30 bucks. So this was a $3 hat. I mean, I don't think you're gonna find a price like this in any store, any resale shop, maybe thrift shops or things like that, but you know, I don't think you're gonna find them in this condition. So shout out to Doug. I met him in North DFW. He was super cool, super chill. And the last pickup that I have for you guys is one that I was just not expecting to get whatsoever. I thought I would never own these shoes, and they are the Air Jordan Bred ones from 2016, I believe. They came with OG box and everything. I mean, you guys can see this, like size 8. They came from Grail. I made sure to get these legit checked before I bought them. And the price I got them at was an insane steal, at least in my opinion. I got these for 200 bucks. And like I said, size 8 is my exact size. I can wear an 8.5 and maybe push a 9, but my preferred size is a size 8. I just hate it when my shoes look big. But I mean, you guys can see that it comes with OG box, comes with the red laces, come with the white laces, and comes with the tissue paper as well. These are a little beat, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, it really is up to the buyer and seller what you value these items at. You know, because with used shoe, if someone saw this, you know, and they didn't know anything about sneakers, they'd be like, why did you buy some used ass shoes for 200 bucks? And you know, and I could see their point, you know, like if you didn't value the Breds and just super love them, like I could see why you wouldn't want to spend 200 bucks on some used shoes. But you know, like if you check StockX or something, you know, like these are going for insane, like they're going for basically almost a rack, or maybe even a little bit more than a rack. I know I checked out a sneaker store in Houston and they had their size 8 go going for 1,000, and the condition on those was probably like 7 out of 10. And these might be like a 4 or 5 out of 10. I mean, you guys look at them, let me know. There's definitely a lot of heel drag. Some of the stars are getting worn out, but a lot of the stars are still there. But let me know what you guys think. In my opinion, this was my biggest steal of all time. Like, yeah, these are really, I take that back. My biggest steal of all time was probably the UNC ones for 90 bucks. I got those like 4 or 5 years ago, and you know, that's when no one was messing with one, so managed to get those for a crazy steal, and actually just let them go recently. So, you know, hope those shoes are in good hands. You know, check out these Bred ones, you guys. You know, so if you guys have any grails that you guys are wanting to cop, you know, just be patient, you know, go on Facebook Marketplace, find those deals, you know, like there are tons of deals, you know, and if you're just a little bit patient and willing to play that waiting game, you know, you can find these shoes at a good price. Like, nonetheless, like, life is short, I know that as well. I've been wanting this shoe since 2016, 2017 when they came out, and it's almost 2021, you know, or it is 2021 at this point, and I'm just now getting these shoes. So 5 years later, I finally have a pair of Bred ones, and I honestly think this was a shoe that I would be taking to my grave. So let me know what you guys think about the deals. What was my best come up in this little haul right here? The 1s, the 4s, the Air Maxes, the hats. I'll personally say for myself, my favorite was probably the 1s, just because those have been a grail of mine for so long, and you know, I like used ones just because I feel like I can beat on them a little bit more and not feel as bad. And I'll say my second favorite is probably the hat. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff is common knowledge. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys already know all this, but you know, if you guys have picked up some crazy deals, let me know down below in the comments what you guys have picked up and the crazy price you guys picked it up at. You know, I'm constantly buying on Marketplace, I'm constantly selling, so you know, probably do this type of video a little bit more often, where I just have a little haul of, you know, sneakers, hats, things like that, that's unrelated from thrifting, you know, just Facebook Marketplace and offer up deals. So that's gonna wrap up the video, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.